Hello, welcome to another AA12 Airsoft video. Today we're going to be demonstrating not so much a gun, but the box mag conversion that we've done for the SGR12s. We've done one a while ago. I think the original customer that come in was wanting to dual wield the SGR12s, and has just said, can I have some sort of a remote switch which is on the pistol grips here, where they could basically have one SGR12 in each hand, and then just simply squeeze the hand, and that would obviously charge the mag while they were sort of walking, you know, and shooting these two SGR12s, right? So obviously that's cool, but obviously for the average user, so I mean, yeah, you might have somebody that wants the preference of it being on there, but I think the most common one is probably going to be somewhere on the hand here, if you know what I mean, and some sort of pressure switch here to just press it. So that way, obviously, what you don't have to do with SGR12 is basically take your hand off and then, you know, charge it with the button here. You can then just, you know, hold it here and you know, and just charge it and press it. So yeah, that's essentially the concept of thing. Is it a luxury? Yeah, because obviously there's always going to be downtime in airsoft, you know, in between rounds, where basically, you know, you're taking cover and you can just quickly just give it a bit of a charge. It's exactly the same thing as Mark 46. Obviously, what's the exception that comes with these guns is that they fire obviously 3 rounds per per shot, and obviously they're shooting around about 10 rounds a second. So in terms of the gun, so which means you're putting around about, you know, you're taking about 30 a second out of the actual magazine, which means you can, you know, if you were to hold it down on full auto, you can rinse box mags pretty quick, if you know what I mean. So for those people that are doing obviously that more sustained fire, those are the people that have obviously requested some sort of remote thing, and obviously we've offered it as a drop down on configurator on our custom builder for people to choose. So this is a bit of a demonstration of obviously our latest thing. We've really struggled in COVID to try and get the previous switches that we used to do, because people seem to like the concept of the remote switch being removable, so that if they ever put it into like storage or something like that, you know, they can obviously just take the switch off and it's not sort of protruding and they're going to catch on it or something like that. So this is the new version, where previously we would replace this switch and put the remote switch in there, and you'd obviously remove it, utilizing that hole. In this particular version of it, we then did another version where we just drilled a hole and brought a switch through, retaining this, but then having a permanent wire that come through. So that one and this is obviously an iteration on that design, right, where we've basically taken a very similar Surefire style torch switch, and then we've actually put the quick connector on the end here, so that it basically just sort of pokes through. So this way, obviously, if you want to, you can use it via the button, or if you want to, you can take a pressure switch, which is the Surefire style one, and obviously it's a standardized fitment connector there at the back. So and then you can basically just plug it into the thing there. So, and then once it's in, you can then just charge with the button as normal. So obviously then you can then mount it here or something like that, and then obviously what you've got to do is just squeeze it and fire. So that's the concept anyway. I'm going to pop this, eventually we're going to create a separate listing for this for the people that already obviously own the gun, that would like to obviously buy one maybe that's pre-done or something. Obviously if somebody wants to send it in and get theirs modified, we should have decent supply of this now, because obviously supply has been a thing, you know, at this time. So yeah, so obviously yeah, we should be able to obviously convert mags. We should be able to obviously provide them with new purchases. Yeah, and I think this will probably replace the previous style that was using pistol torch switches, because I think it's neater, cleaner. Yes, okay, the pistol torch switch comes with a extendable sort of coily one that goes in here, so obviously that way you can sort of, you know, reach as far forward here without obviously having a bit less, you know, having the sort of extendable style coiled thing. So yeah, that would be the perfect world. Yeah, we'd have a little bit more length on here and it would be the coiled style, so that it would obviously take up some of the slack. Perfect world. But I think that this method is still really good. Obviously it's quite neat, and obviously, like I say, it takes up a lot of the slack, which is good. So yeah, I think we're pretty dialed in. This is rock solid in there, you know, so you can probably knock that and it will still be fine. So that's on there really good. So yeah, I think this is neat, professional. I think it's probably what we're gonna do, I think, going forward. In terms of offering it. So yeah, so I just thought I'd showcase this for you guys with these particular guns. I know obviously they're not prolific, you know, out there, but you know, those guys that do own them are passionate about them. So yeah, obviously remote pressure switch mod for AA12. So cool. Right, but I might as well demonstrate it so since I'm here. So. That was literally a whole box mag. That's pretty impressive. Cool, we hope you enjoy.